Okay, hi guys, welcome to episode 1 of Modern Wisdom, which is basically a series of conversations that I have with my friends on really cool topics ranging from philosophical questions to self-development. So, yeah, I hope you guys get something out of this episode. Episode 1 is on motivation and productivity and lockdown,
Yeah,
and I
I
thought the
thought,
perfect person for this episode was Kirija. So, Kirija, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Kirija. Firstly, I love this channel already. Like it is everything the world needs. And then
Yes, episode
secondly,
1, let's go.
yeah, and then I am a higher apprentice doing a management consultancy apprenticeship. And yeah, that's me.
Wow. I was thinking we should each describe each other in 3 words, just so like I think people can get to know like the type of people we are. If there's any strangers well watching this, which I doubt there will be any. Okay, let me start. Okay, so if I were to describe you in 3 words, I would definitely say optimistic, driven, and fun. And I say fun
Oh,
because Kirija is actually the managing director of the startup that me and 14, 14 other? Yeah,
14.
14 other girls from our school made, which is called Adventures with Amara. And we basically sell children's books. But like we'll get to that on another episode. We'll do the whole advertising for that there. But in our team meetings, Kirija, she always makes it so fun.
Oh
So
yeah.
I feel like fun was a very good word to describe you.
Oh, I do try. I feel like it's harder over Zoom, but I try my best.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if I had to describe you, I would say funny
Thank you.
because I feel like because you do things or say things without like thinking or realizing, and it's just like at the most like, and your timing is so good. Like you'll just say it, and it'll
Yeah,
be funny.
yeah.
And then I'd say hardworking, like oh my god, like the amount of work you do, like for your exams or whatever it is,
Thank you.
insane.
Yeah.
And then you stole my word. I was gonna say fun, but yeah, just fun and like good energy, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I feel like the words we said describe us pretty well. So today's
Imagine
episode,
we said horrible words about each other.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I can't do
yeah, Courage is
this.
just
Horrible.
so weird. Like, but
I'm
uh,
not meant to tell them that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, for this episode, right, the whole reason we're doing kind of motivation and productivity, and I thought it was like a good topic for first episode because with me especially and the people I know, I feel like this lockdown is really hitting hard on people in terms of like finding the willpower to like sit down and get stuff done. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we should kind of do an introduction kind of by comparing lockdown 1 to lockdown 2 because there is a big difference. Yeah,
Yeah. Like we're at completely different stages in our life right now. Like
yeah.
lockdown one now, like so much has changed. It's incredible.
It's so like when people say like you can't really imagine your life changing in such a short time span, like
Mhm.
it's insane because like even with people that have gone to uni, also I didn't mention I'm on a gap year if no one knows. But all my friends that have gone to uni, it's like they're living completely different lives now because you meet new people, like you're in a completely different environment, like you're living in a completely new place, like it's just so different. And I feel like lockdown 1 we were kind of in our old environment where we were pretty comfortable with
100%. Yeah.
when it comes to like leaving school we were still friends with the same people.
Yeah.
Lockdown 1 I feel like it was way more chill. We didn't really have any
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Mhm.
But oh my god, lockdown 2, what the hell.
Literally, what the hell? Also, lockdown one, it was almost like I don't want to say novelty, but in the sense that like we were still figuring it out. Like we
Yeah,
didn't know what coronavirus was to its full extent. We were just going with the flow. Like it was sunny. Like we could go out and
yeah, literally.
like
A
go
levels
out
were
for a nice walk.
cancelled. Like everyone was just like, yeah, we're living
Yeah.
free lives now. Like who cares? Let's do what we want.
Oh,
And I feel like the vibes were way more good in lockdown 1, despite
mm,
there was a pandemic going on. But I feel like
yeah.
personally, Obviously there were times where it was hard and stressful, like results day and stuff, but
Yeah.
when it comes to like overall, I feel like I had a lot more fun in lockdown one than I did with lockdown two. But lockdown two, we're referring to as the one that Boris put on after Christmas. But lock,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but the lockdown in November wasn't really a
yeah,
lockdown. Like, what was November? Like,
yeah,
what?
that was, I don't even get, because the lockdown in November, it was just that tier system that no one followed and everyone was still going out
Yeah.
anyway. Um, but when it comes to this lockdown, I feel like, oh my God, can we talk about New Year's? For me, New Year's didn't even feel like a new year. Like it felt the
Oh,
same. Um,
but so many people were like that. They were like, "What is like?" They didn't like. You know, normally you get that like, "Oh my god, it's a new year, let's go!" Like
yeah,
you get excited. So many people were like, "What the hell is this? Like, what? Like what?"
literally. And you know, like when people are like, yes, like January 1st, like let's get it, 2021, or like whatever year it is. Yeah. For me, I woke up on Jan and I was literally like, CBA. I literally can't be asked. Like, what is this?
Oh my
I was
god.
not, even though I made a list of goals and like reflection of 2020 and like the stuff you do, yeah. On Jan 1st,
Yeah.
or even this just the first week of Jan, it just felt the same and it felt like things were dragging along and I just hated it. Oh my God.
I think that's the hard part. It's like bored. Like even last week,
Yeah,
I had finished my exams, and it was like the first weekend where I was like completely free. I had nothing to do. I didn't have like
yeah,
the stress of revising or whatever. I could do whatever I wanted. And I was so bored. Like I didn't want to watch Netflix. Like I wasn't even going on my phone. Like I don't know what I did in like on Saturday and Sunday. Like I was bored, and it
yeah.
like when you're bored, you're thinking, and you're like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen, and blah blah blah. And then it's like, ah,
Oh yeah, 100%. And I feel like I don't know. It's just I feel the one question I wanted us to answer is like why are we so unmotivated? Like why do you think we're like this? Why do we feel just with why are we with
I
much less
think
willpower?
one is that
What?
yeah, I feel like I was gonna say like now I feel like everyone's just a bit tired of it all. Like
Yeah,
it's like lockdown, we were figuring it out, like I said. But this one, everyone's just tired, and I feel like we are at different stages of our life where things are more like serious and like we have exams, and I feel like everyone else around us are in different situations. So like
yeah,
you can't directly like we're not in the same boat anymore. Like it's weird. Like if you think about all your friends and everybody,
yeah.
like we're not like all just waiting for our A level results, having like a great summer. We're all just like we're in different stages, and it's weird.
Yeah, that's so true. Like everyone has different daily lives now. Like everyone's working towards different things. And I feel like that might make people feel way more like I feel like isolated, even if you
Mm.
are in contact with your friends a lot. I feel like when it comes to your everyday things, like sometimes with me, I don't want to call my friends a lot because I know they're busy doing their own thing. I don't want to disturb them and stuff like that. So I feel like that I probably know that's not just me, and there's loads of other people who do that as well. But I feel like at the end of the day, it makes you kind of feel like alone. And I feel like that comes with another thing by being motivated for that. Like we don't have many things to look forward to at the moment. And
Mm.
I feel like in order to kind of push through it, we kind of have to adapt to it. That, okay, if we don't have many things to look forward to, which hopefully we will next year, guys, okay, just keep hope.
Yeah.
We will have things to look forward to next year. But I feel like at the moment, we have to kind of wire our brains to think, okay, lockdown, how can I feel better? So I feel like this
Mm-hmm.
episode is kind of gonna tackle that, but also Kirija and I, we both read this book called Atomic Habits. So it's a really good book. Really recommend it. And it's basically a guide on how to achieve the stuff you want to do, but instead of kind of like setting goals, like everyone sets goals, but it's kind of like developing the habits and systems in order to like reach the places you want to go. And
Yeah.
yeah, like Kirija, if you were to give like an overall review of this book, what would you say?
Like okay, so I don't read books. I did English A level, and I didn't like I don't read books.
You
So I
did
don't know how I
English?
got. Yeah,
Wait, what A levels did you do?
English, psychology, economics.
Oh my God, I literally I swear you were in my maths class.
I was, and then I dropped math.
Uh you did English A level. How did you do that? You know, I dropped it
I
at
don't know.
GCSE and that was like the best. I was like, wow. Like I felt so free after doing, oh my God, wow. But yeah, so sorry, what were you saying before I interrupted you?
Yeah. So anyway, I don't. So yeah, basically, I don't read books, even though I did English A level. And like this book, like if you read a book, read this book because it will honestly change how you view goals, like your whole mindset. And like I never used to believe that. Like people would be like, "Oh my God, I read a book and it changed my life," blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but it actually did, and it's like, wow.
No, 100%. Like usually when I read stuff, right, I just read it and then like I forget about it. This one, like
Mm.
when I was reading it, the information I just knew was so valuable. Like I was making notes while reading it, like in my notebook, and I
Yeah,
was
I was like taking pictures, sending it to people. I was like, guys, you need to read this.
oh, 100%. And it's just it's a very well structured book as well. At
Yeah,
the end of each chapter, they have kind of like a summary of what the chapter was
yeah,
about, and it kind of that's very useful as well. And they have amazing diagrams and graphs to kind of help your brain understand what the author's talking about. And they also have like scientific studies to show that what James Clear is talking about is true and it is proven.
yeah.
So
All evidence based. Yeah,
100%, yeah. So we kind of, with the guide of Atomic Habits, we kind of wanted to make our kind of productivity formula, or just kind of um, three tips or steps that can help
yeah,
you, that you can include in your daily routine to kind of do more stuff and achieve more stuff. Because, guys, 2020 can be your year if you want to make it your year. So it doesn't matter. Don't forget about your external environment. But if you really want to like get stuff done, you can. And you just have to believe. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So, Kirija, do you want to go on to like tip one, like for everyone?
Okay, so tip number one is you need to remember why. Like, why is that your goal? Like, why do you want to make this a good habit of yours in your life? Like, you really need to go down to the core values you have. And like that might sound really deep, but it's really important to kind of get down to like the bottom of like why do you want to be healthy, or like why do you want to read 12 books? Like,
Yeah,
why do you want to do these things?
100%,
Also,
yeah.
on that point, it's really like easy to get like kind of caught up in life and like just go with everyone else, and like you like just because everyone else is doing it, like say university, you might feel like, oh, I need to go to university because everyone else is going to university,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But you really need to think like, is that the right place for me? Like, do I actually need to go? Like things like that. That was like what I had to think like.
And the fact that you took a step by doing an apprenticeship, doing an apprentice, but the fact that you really thought about doing an apprenticeship instead of going to uni, which is like the normal route, the fact that you took the risk to do what you
Yeah,
want to do, I feel like that was great because you're kind of making sure that your life goes the way you want it to go and not just because
yeah,
society says so.
exactly.
And I think that's great. I really wish I thought twice before applying to uni as well and kind of actually think like, do I really want to do what I'm doing? But yeah, it's too late now. But going back to our point on tip one, where if you want to stick to something, instead of thinking, okay, I want to achieve, like, okay, I want to eat healthy, I want to get this grade, I want to do that. You kind of have to think, okay, if I wanted to do that and I had already achieved that, what kind of person would I be? And you have to become that person before on step one, and then you automatically get the thing that you're trying to achieve. And I feel like you can really kind of apply this to like grades as well. Like if you want to get an A star in an exam, and I did this actually, it sounds very cringy when I say this, but you kind of have to already think of yourself as an A star student. Okay, you have to make your
Yeah,
brain
I
believe you're an A star
Chandni,
student.
I kid you not, I was literally failing GCSEs. I was getting like threes and fours and fives.
Bro,
Like I was
year
told I
11
was gonna get
mocks,
kicked out
yeah,
of school.
biology I got a 2. Okay. Biology, I got 2. English language, I'm pretty sure it was a 1. In the end, okay, I got 9s in those. So you just have to,
Exactly,
yeah, it just shows anything
exactly.
is possible. Yeah.
And I think it's really, I think it's a testimony to like your character as well. some say you might be a bit delusional, thinking like
Yeah.
we were getting like 2, think we'd get 9.
Yeah.
But it did work because like we were in the mindset of already like, I'm an A-star student, I can do those questions. Like, why am I like limiting myself to the like foundation questions? Like, I can do those questions. Like, and then like we pushed ourselves and we did get
Yeah.
our results in the end.
And it also comes down to thinking, okay, if you're telling your brain you are an A-star student, okay, and you're sitting at your desk and you have an urge to procrastinate or look at your phone, this thing really worked with me. When I had like an urge to like check my phone, go on Instagram, I was thinking, okay, would an A-star student do this, or would an A-star student complete the work you're doing right now? And that, as funny as it sounds, like it worked for me. Like
Yeah.
it kind of drove me to do the right things. And in the end, I got an A-star, which I don't know how that happened. But like, I feel like trying to manifest the person you're trying to become, or just rewiring your brain to believe that you are that person,
Yeah.
it truly works. I think
Literally, my life motto is like, fake it till you make it. Like, you're
100%.
gonna have to like, it's like confidence. Like, a
Yeah.
lot of people will like look at people and be like, they're so confident. Oh my God, how can they like do public speaking and blah, blah, blah. I kid you not, 9 times out of 10, that person is probably like so nervous, like, and like, yeah, didn't want
Yeah.
to do it at all. But because they're like telling themselves, okay, I'm going to do a presentation, I have to give off this confident like
Yeah.
energy or whatever. They do, and like they like do a really great presentation because like they've got a good mindset.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And I feel like it's another quote that really stood out to me in the book, where James Clear was like, with a big enough why, you can overcome any how. And I feel like that's so
Oh, I love
powerful.
that.
Yeah. And I highlighted that, I like noted it
Yeah.
down and everything. And like, I feel like that is so powerful because it makes you think, like, if you really want to do something, you will do it. And that makes you reflect, like, okay,
Like, what is stopping you?
exactly.
Like, it's like even like little things like, oh, I want to start to write a blog, or I want to make a photography Instagram account. Like, you can literally do it. Like, nothing is stopping you.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like you have to remind yourself again and again of like why. What's your reason? Like how big is your reason? If you're doing an exam, why are you doing that exam? Like what are you gonna get from that exam?
Yeah.
And when you think about it like that, then your brain kind of becomes more motivated to do that thing. So I think that's our
Mm-hmm.
kind of intake on remembering your identities slash values to maintain
Yeah.
habits. And now we're on to tip 2. So Kirija, do you want to introduce tip 2?
So tip 2 is you need to be fully aware of your habits, like your current habits, before you can even like build new habits. Like, you
Yeah,
need to. There's no point lying to yourself.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to know what your bad habits are. Like, if you're eating really badly, you can't just like kid yourself because you've had like 1 apple a day. Like, come on. So you need to be aware of your habits.
100%. And that comes on to mindfulness and being mindful of your behavior. And also, that kind of brings us on to self-talk, that I feel like Kirija, she had a really good point where, actually, no, you didn't have it. That was in the previous one that we deleted. So I'm gonna restart that. So self-talk. So Kirija, do you kind of wanna like give your insight on self-talk?
I think for me, I've always personally for me, I've always had like a good relationship in terms of like the way I speak to myself and things. But when I do catch myself going like, oh, this is when, oh my God, I've got a really good story. So basically, when I failed my driving test the first
Yeah,
time, I came back and I was literally like, I'm a failure. And like, why couldn't I
yeah,
pass it? Like, what's wrong with me? And then I was like texting my friends and I was like, why does this always happen to me? Like, I always fail. Like, why do I never get anything easily? Blah, blah, blah. And then like all my friends were like, oh God, I don't know what to say to her because she never liked it. And then I was like, and then I got out of that little funk and I was like, oh my God, why was I even saying that to myself and being so dramatic about a driving test, first of all? And then second of all, it was like, I would never say that to one of my friends. So like, why am I saying it to myself, kind of thing?
yeah. It's so important to kind of talk to yourself as you would for to a friend, but also like try and be your own parent, right? If you're a good parent, you would not
Or
talk to,
sibling
yeah,
even.
sibling as well. Like you wouldn't talk to your child like in a negative way to bring them down, okay? You have to kind of talk to yourself and be honest with yourself, but in a nice way. And that kind of makes you be more mindful for the stuff you do. And um, that helps you kind of realize your own like behavior pattern and like what bad habits you do have and what good habits you have, and like how
Yeah,
you can scrap out the bad habits and then put in the good habits. So
yeah,
yeah, I in the book, James Clear, he talks about like having a habit scorecard. So it's basically like this, you get just a little sheet of paper, okay? And from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you kind of list out everything you typically do. Like, okay, wake up, make bed, brush teeth, drink water.
yeah,
And next to each of the little things you do, put a plus or a minus. So a plus is like, okay, it's a good thing, it's a good habit. And a minus
yeah,
is like a bad thing, you need to cut it out. So, for
yeah,
example, for me, usually it's wake up, lie in bed, check phone, get out of bed,
yeah. Isn't
make,
that everybody?
yeah, make bed, and then so for me then I would put a minus sign next to checking the phone, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not productive, it's not good to like check your phone
On that,
first
or
thing.
just on checking your phone, it's so bad how like our first instinct, like I wake up and my eyes are half open and I'm on Instagram straight away. Like, what is
Oh
the
my
need?
God. And the fact that like I call myself out for it, but I still do it. And
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, it's I feel like we
You could
need
do
to
a
have
whole episode of
on
that.
social media and phones, because honestly I
Yeah,
sometimes really wish we lived in like the 90s or something where the internet wasn't such a big thing. um
yeah,
but yeah, I think now we're going to talk about implementation intentions. So it's kind of like a long phrase, but what it is basically is like you intend to make your environment like accustomed to the stuff you're trying to achieve, okay? So if you have like okay, I want to drink more water, that's a goal of mine. You have to put more water bottles around your house, like filled up, around your room or wherever you go in your house, to kind of, so whenever you visually look at the bottle you get reminded, okay, drink water, so then you drink water. And I
yeah,
feel like you can apply that to like little things you want to do more of if you just put them more
yeah.
visually in front of you. um
Like, make it as easy as possible for you to complete your habit or your goal. Like,
yeah,
don't make it hard. Like, reduce the friction, like the thought process that stops you. So, like, for some people, it's working out. Some people lay out their workout clothes like right next to their bed. So,
yeah.
like, as soon as they wake up, they get fully changed into their workout gear, and it's like it's stopping them from like going through that thought process of like, do I really want to exercise today? Like, can't I be bothered? Like, blah blah blah. Like, they're in their workout clothes to going to exercise.
Yeah, that's so true. And like if you want to apply it to study, it's really useful in your study space if you physically have a piece of paper listing out the stuff you want to do for the day, or like just like an organizer or something that you can just pin up on your wall if it's there in front of you in your room, or like a place where you look at the wall a lot, you will see it and it will drive you more to like get it done, because you just
Do it.
see, okay, this is the stuff I have to do today. Like I do that. So on near my desk space, I have just like a little organizer
Mm-hmm.
of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever for the week. And then I have the stuff that I have to do. And when I sit on my desk, it's right in front of me. So when I have like an urge, like, oh,
Yeah.
I just don't want to do this, I look at all the stuff I want to do, and then I get like a wave of anxiety, and that just drives me.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to do it.
Yeah, that just like drives me to do the stuff I have to do.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's kind of on our tip two. But so on,
Oh wait,
yeah,
just one more point on that is to like do like I think it's called habit stacking. So like implement like your new habit into things you already do that are like so natural in your life you don't even think about it twice. So like brushing your teeth, on whilst you're brushing your teeth, do like I don't know, like 50 lunges or like whatever exercise you do to become fit and healthy, to kind of like introduce that into your like lifestyle, because then like you're building on something you already do, you're not going to forget, and then that will become a habit of itself.
yeah, that's so true. And one of the main themes in Atomic Habits is how James Clear says is that if you make consistent tiny changes, good habits in your life, it will compound over the long run into like remarkable results. And when you talk about habit stacking, you can do that so well, because if you, like the thing you said about brushing your teeth and like doing a lunge, it may sound stupid, but if you do it in the long run, like you get better at doing lunges and you get like fitter legs. It's just
Yeah.
it's just like stacking good habits on top of each other. And obviously it's so hard, like no one's perfect, obviously we're all gonna have bad habits,
Yeah.
but it's like if you have the drive to become better and develop good habits, I feel like there's
It goes back to the why. It's like why
yeah,
why
that's
do you
so
want to do
true.
it?
Like if you can, if you have like the thought of you having really good habits, it's totally possible. Like you can do it. Like if you're doing bad things, you can do good things. Like I feel like that's kind of, yeah.
Or do you know what I find really motivational? When I see people like transformation stories of like people who
Yeah,
like turn their life around, and I'm like, wow, like that could be in terms of like studies or like going from like like an E grade student to like A stars, like
yeah,
Gizmo, like oh my god, I love him. And then or like people even like weight loss
100%,
transformations, I'm like
yeah.
that is incredible, like that how you went from like that
Because it
like
gives you
with willpower.
hope that it's possible, and it makes it stops your brain thinking, oh, I can't do it, I literally can't do it, because it's like if they can do it, why can't I? So
Yeah,
yeah, 100%. I feel like with all the stuff we've said, I feel like one key theme is reflecting on yourself. You have to reflect on yourself to understand the stuff that, like, reflect on yourself, on the person you want to be, and also reflect on yourself, like, of the habits you have, which,
yeah.
yeah, I think is
I think
really
that's really
important.
important as well,
Yeah,
that you don't get caught up in
yeah,
like everyone else's lives and like what's happening around you. Like again, going back to the why. Like why do you want to do that? Like just because everybody's doing something, it doesn't mean you have to, kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. But on to tip three now. So when Kirija and I were brainstorming, she mentioned this amazing thing of her doing this like mini reset at the end of the week, and I was like, oh my God, I have to include that because it was amazing. And so tip three is just the importance of mini resets, right? And you know, after you told me that you did that, I did
Mm-hmm.
it myself
Did
this
you do
week,
it?
and it
Oh
was
my
so
god.
good. So do you want to explain to everyone like what you mean by mini
Yeah.
reset? Yeah.
So I think I've done this from like September, so like since I started work. But every Sunday night or Sunday night, I just need 2 hours on a Sunday where it's just like completely my time, and do my nails, do a face mask, tidy my entire room. I write a to-do list for the week ahead, so I know what like I need to achieve that week and like what I need to get done. And I just like it's just so peaceful and calming to just like have everything laid out and like you know what you're doing, and like it, if you want, it can be a time to reflect on your goals. Like you can check your notes and see like, oh, am I achieving my monthly goals or whatever? Like it's just so nice. And then I do like the whole like self-care routine of like nails, face masks, and so on. Because like I really do think like doing like small things like that, like 100% makes you feel better in the long run as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like then that makes my Mondays even more better. Like I love Mondays. Like some people hate them, but I
I
love
love them. I
Mondays.
honestly love them.
I
Yeah,
love Mondays.
because it's like a fresh
I'm like,
start.
yes, a new week. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it's like, a new
a
week.
hundred
And I'm like,
percent.
yes,
Yeah.
Monday, come on.
And what I really liked about your like mini reset concept is that you were saying how you kind of throw the other week away, not throw it, but like just leave it behind and just focus on the stuff
Yeah,
you can do in the coming week. And I feel like that's so important because when you sit down on like a Sunday at the end of the week and you kind of write down the stuff you want to do and like all your goals and stuff,
yeah,
and like you set it out properly, it makes you motivated to stick to the stuff throughout the week because
yeah,
it's I don't know, it just feels better when you've just sat down and just reflected and just given yourself time to just
yeah,
kind of relax and just say, okay, this is a
yeah.
fresh start, let's go. And I feel like
So I
it's,
think it's
yeah,
really important, like time for yourself as well. I know we're in lockdown, so we have a lot of time for ourselves, but I think like this is like when we do get back to like the normal or like whatever it is, it's really important that we do have time where you just think about what you want and like just reset. I think is really important. And
yeah,
sometimes I do this on like bad days when I'm like really moody or like
yeah,
I'm not having a good day. I will like do the whole like little routine of like, oh, let me do my nails, let me just think, and like, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
It sounds stupid, but it really does
No,
help.
no, guys, it actually does work. Like,
Like,
literally,
try it. Try.
even if it's not on a Sunday, like if you're having a bad day,
Oh
just
yeah, whatever day
in the
works for you.
evening, just
Yeah.
wind down, do what you like to do, and just get a piece of paper and just section out the stuff you want to do or the stuff you want to achieve, like for the other days that are coming.
Yeah.
And it just kind of just makes you remember that, like, a bad day is a bad day. It's not like a bad month or a bad week. Like, it passes.
Bad week. Yeah.
Yeah, like it passes, and you have literally everything's in your control to make it better the next day, or even like the next hour if you wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
I think that mini reset thing is like,
And just on that,
yeah,
I was gonna say just on that as well. Whenever I have like, this is like a technique that works for me as well. But whenever I'm having like a really stressful, bad day or like bad week or whatever, I'll just write it all out. Like that's what I do. Like I'll literally get a plain piece of paper and I literally just write all my thoughts down. Like I'm talking to myself. Like it's really weird. Like so I'll be like, why, like blah blah blah. Like it's like literally like a conversation with myself, and I'm writing it down. And by the end of it, I've like figured out what the problem was or like why I was feeling so upset or whatever. And like just going through your thoughts like properly, and it's so helpful. Like I've
journaling
done it
is
like
such a
a couple of
powerful
times.
tool. Like if you want to, even if you're just, if there's something worrying you or causing anxiety, when you just write it out, you just blurt it out, whatever's on your mind, you read it back, and then you kind of read it.
Like going out for
Yeah, and you read it from you read it from like a third person's perspective, and then you kind of think like, oh, sometimes it might be the thing you're worrying about is not that, it's not that, it was just a little thing that you, a big thing that you've made from a little thing, or like, um sometimes you just deep it and you're like, oh, like I can solve that pretty easily. There was no need to be so stressed about it. So if there are times like where you're having a bad day, write it out, or just, if you have a journal, write in your journal. But if you have like a piece of paper,
or for some people it might work if you some people write it out, talk it out, just like whatever works for you. Just
yeah,
let it out of like your
yeah, and because like mini resets are like such a cool tool to like use, when talking about other tools, right? When you want to organize yourself, this, for me, for like studies, I use this app called Forest. Have you heard of Forest?
yeah, is that like where you like
Yeah,
plant a tree or like
yeah,
plant a tree every
yeah.
morning?
So
Yeah.
it's 79p on the App Store, but like 79p, it's okay. But I've been using it throughout the whole of sixth form, right? And for me personally, it's been like a game changer, and it's because like from the beginning, every time I sat down and studied, I just put on the timer to like plant a tree, and that kind of created the habit in my head, like to kind of create like a collection of trees every day and make it like bigger and bigger. And it was just
Yeah.
kind of like a reward thing that they also touch upon
Yeah.
in Atomic Habits, that when you have a reward, your brain kind of is more driven to do it. But it was a weird reward of having trees on your phone, but it worked. Um,
Saving the environment.
yeah, and it was also, it's such a cool app because at the end of the day, when you want kind of, so for my chemistry exam, right?
hmm
Every time I revise for chemistry, I planted a tree for like an hour or whatever, and you can add a tag like chemistry, so it shows you like these are the trees that you've spent on chemistry, or like the
Yeah.
time you spent on chemistry. And when I finished the exam, right, a week
Yeah.
later, I was talking to my friend. She was like, "Oh, how long like did you spend revising?" And I was like, "Oh, I can actually check like the exact number I spent revising
Yeah.
for this exam."
Mhm.
So altogether, it was like 200 hours or something. And
My God.
yeah, it was, don't know what I was on. I think I was on crack, but 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 it was so cool to see like I did that work, and I feel like,
You did that much work.
and
Yeah.
it drives me to like work more for other stuff and plant a tree and kind of keep a
Yeah.
record, because it's so cool, because it's like, yo, I did that. And even if it's not with an
Yeah.
app, like you can even like note it down. I feel like
Yeah.
seeing your own,
Like a reminder, especially in the lockdown we're in right now.
yeah,
I find it really helps like look back on photos or like
yeah,
notes I've done in the past and think like, oh my God, like I actually did that. Like, wow, how did I manage to do that? And
yeah,
I'm like, wait, I still can do that if I wanted to.
yeah, yeah. And also, a really like cute organizer thing, it's free, and it's on your browser, and it's called Notion. Have you heard of it? Yeah,
Of
Notion is,
course I've heard of it.
yes, Notion is so like I love it. And I feel like it's
I need to
just,
set one up.
yeah, it's so easy. You literally just make an account and you just have a tab open of like your to-do list. And because I feel like everyone uses their laptops a lot, you just have Notion up all the time. You can just tick it off. It's just like a nicely set out browser thing that's very pretty. And I feel like it's good to,
Oh, another pretty one is if you download Momentum onto your Chrome, so like you get a
oh,
really nice background every day. Oh my God, have you not got it?
no, I've never heard of it. No.
Right, okay, so so it's like a Chrome extension, and you get like a really nice like scenery picture every
Oh, is
day.
it
So it
where
says
it says
like good
like
morning,
hello and then your name or like good morning?
yeah,
I've seen that,
it's like
yeah.
good morning, company, or whatever. And then you can have your little to-do list in the corner as well. So like every time you open a new tab, it takes you to your Momentum screen. So you can see
Ah,
your to-do list before you open like whatever tab you're gonna open.
that's
It's
so
really good, and it's
cool.
just
I was always wondering the name for that thing, and I was like,
yeah,
wow,
Momentum.
yeah. But I feel like that kind of these tips that we've just said kind of sums up this video. Like, you just have to, I feel like, be more aware of the stuff you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your why and kind of incorporate little tools that can help you like become better every day. And
Yeah.
yeah, do you have anything else to say, Kirija?
I was just gonna say, I think make it as easy as possible for you.
Yeah,
So like all these like Notion, Forest, whatever, like they're little things to make you more productive and like make you more like just make it as easy as possible, to be honest.
yeah,
And then I think the main thing is it's just going back to the why. Like why are you doing it? Like that is like literally if you take away anything, take away the word why. Like why?
yeah, 100%. And I feel like another thing is like the reason we're talking about this is because everyone's unmotivated. And I feel like everyone's unmotivated because it is hard to stay positive all the time. And I feel like sometimes you just need to remind yourself, like, this will pass.
Even the best of people, like even like the most positive person you can know,
Yeah,
has like a moody day or like has a bad day or
yeah,
like doesn't want to do their work or whatever.
yeah.
Like
And I
it's
feel
just
like
normal.
acknowledging that it is normal and you can pick yourself back up, that's the most important thing, picking yourself back up. Like,
Oh my God, no, it's like what Beyonce said. It's like when you're having like a down day, she's like, feel your emotions to the fullest. Like if you're having a rubbish day, just admit you're having a rubbish day and sulk if you want to. Like have a rant with your friends, whatever. But the next day, pick yourself up and just carry on as
yeah,
normal. Like
yeah,
you gotta like just
yeah,
get through it, you know?
100%. And I
I
feel
love
like,
that. And if it works for Beyonce, it can work for us.
yeah, yeah. So I hope the people watching this video got something out of it. I'm gonna make timestamps so like it's easier for you to skip wherever you want to
Yeah.
skip. But yeah, this is my first time doing this, so but thank you so
No,
much.
it was great.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Thanks for
Kirija.
having me.
Yeah, thank you for featuring in my first episode. I'm gonna try having an
Honoured.
episode out every week. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and kind of learned something new. That's the kind of aim of this series, to learn new stuff. But yeah,
You need to do the whole like, subscribe, comment, blah blah.
oh my God, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, comment, share to like anyone who needs help with being productive, getting work
Definitely
done.
subscribe.
Yeah. I feel like this can really help someone. So yeah, thank you for listening. And if you got to the end of this video, thank you, because you're
Oh
probably,
my God.
yeah, you're probably like the one person who's got to this point. I don't think there's many people that have gotten to this point, so I'm gonna chat shit. So
We appreciate you.
yes, yes. So if you got to this point, you're a real one.
Oh my God, you know
Comment
what some
down below
YouTubers
if
do?
you got to this point.
Yeah. No, comment an emoji. Comment a dolphin
Yeah, yeah.
if you
Comment
got to
comment
this.
a dolphin or like I don't know, just say I'm a real one. I watched till the end. But yeah, thank you. If you have also any improvements, like tech wise, like obviously audio, if something was bad, just yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
But also if you have a topic that you want to talk about, DM me. And also, yeah, follow the Instagram and everything. So, yeah, thanks, guys.